Here he comes. Good speed. Take off. What a jump!
They're gonna do it! A U.S. gold medal for the first time in 40 years!
What a run! This is unbelievable! A finish, a new course record!
You! Hey, stop daydreaming, buddy. The Olympics are on.
Miller Lite salutes the Olympics. They bring out the dreamer in all of us.
What do you think? She'll love it. Price is right.
I'll break tiny with these.
Where would you find a better price than that?
10 minutes for incredible savings on top quality name brand appliances.
Definitely.
Valerie.
You know you look pretty good in pink.
K-Mart, the saving place, and more.
What do you think of the Ford Festiva? It's big.
Small.
Nah, it's big.
Sort of a big smallness.
Festiva gives you features like a roomy interior, 660 powertrain warranty, sometimes even your own parking space. So it's big and small.
How about Festiva's price? It's small. It's nothing.
Smallness.
Ford Festiva. Call it big, call it small. Call it yours for only $54.90.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
The money that you spent on calls to your mother last month, you could have gone to visit her.
Okay, dear. I'll leave tomorrow.
Northwest can make flying cheaper than talking. Just call us now and take advantage of our new lower fares.
Yeah. Harry, Kalamazoo Tuesday, I can do that. Memphis Wednesday, I can do that. New York Thursday, I can do that. How am I going to do that?
No matter where you do business, Northwest can fly you there.
Experience of yesterday, with all the skill and innovation of today, you couldn't lose. USA! Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Carry the caring card.
There's a big company that makes these and a small one that makes these. Why would they both do business with IBM? Well, the company that makes these wants a computer company big enough to get them where they want to go. Bon voyage, kiddo. And the company that makes these needs a company with an eye for the smallest details. Small businesses have big reasons for calling IBM. Big businesses even have small reasons to call IBM. But smart businesses have every reason to call IBM.
IBM, the bigger picture.
Presenting delicately seasoned taste of Lipton chicken, rice, and sauce. Delicately prepared for you by Lipton, with a rich chicken stock simmered inside. So delicious, so simple. Chicken flavor, rice, and sauce. One of the Lipton side dishes with that delicately seasoned taste.
Great rewards always come from giving it your best. And that's understood around the world. And at your local True Value hardware store, where we give you our best every day. So whether you're giving it a fresh start, the perfect finish, or cutting a big job down to size, depend on the people who have everything you need to do it right. And make True Value Hardware your store of first choice.
See this phone? This is my store. And for years, my store was at the mercy of AT&T. But now, with MCI, I finally have an 800 service that charges me only for the actual distance of the calls we get, and can tell me where every one of those calls is coming from. And that makes this a better store.
Until you call, you'll never know how much better a long-distance company can be. MCI. Let us show you.
Listen to the taste of a salad tossed fresh at McDonald's. Chicken salad, Oriental, garden, and chef. All day, every day, tossing them fresh. Chicken salad, Oriental, garden, and chef. At McDonald's, listen to the taste. Listen to it, listen to the taste. Listen to the taste. toast fresh all day. Listen to the taste every day at McDonald's.
Speeding in fluids and minerals. Supplying energy to working muscles.
If they couldn't grow old gracefully, they'd grow young.
She chose Miss September's breasts. Nice.
Now they've turned back the clock a little too far.
Who's your mother?
Probably out getting a nose job.
Lauren Hutton and Perry King.
If we loved each other, we wouldn't have to change.
They're perfect people. 1 week from tonight.
Inner city gangs from Los Angeles and Detroit may soon hit the streets of Cleveland. The gangs are franchising like fast food restaurants, spreading across the nation like a plague.
The communication between gang members is that, hey, come here.
Cleveland is prime territory, a brand new market for drug business and the bloody violence that comes with it. Gangs are on the move, and their final destination could be Cleveland. Details tonight at 11 on Eyewitness News.
Surviving Infidelity, tomorrow on Geraldo.
Who gives you fun and freedom in America's four-wheel drive legend? Who? Who else? At Jeep, we do it right.
Think we're gonna make it?
If this thing does.
Well, at least we're flying back in a 747. Aren't we? Northwest has an all 747 fleet to and from the Far East.
The shredded wheat nutrition in Kellogg's mini wheats helps me win the race. But the kid in me thinks the tasty side takes first place.
The data shows the shredded wheat is very good for me. But the kid in me finds the frosted side a delicious discovery.
Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats. Shredded wheat nutrition you want as a grown-up. Delicious frosting the kid in you just won't give up.
The nutrition in Kellogg's mini wheats deserves a spotlight. But the kid in me thinks the delicious frosting is really out of sight.
Bill's Tours uses Texaco Super Unleaded. Joe's Tours doesn't.
I can't wait to see Mount Washington.
While Joe's knocking along, Bill's coming back.
My, that was a heavenly view.
Texaco Super Unleaded's higher octane blend helps eliminate knocking and restores lost power.
I can't wait to see Mount Washington.
And its Petrox detergent helps keep the power flowing.
I can't wait to...
Wait.
Up ahead, there's Texaco, star of the American road.
Some people think women don't know anything about cars, but some of us know as much as men, like the difference between a T-Bird and a Lincoln Continental. The T-Bird has a V6 fuel-injected engine, and the Continental has anti-lock disc brakes. Let's see what the guys know.
The T-Bird has 2 doors.
The Continental has 4 doors.
The T-Bird is $39.90 a day at Hertz.
The Continental is $44.90.
I rest my case.
Do you think they'll renew our contracts?
Shopping from the United States. Bud Light Jones, Spuds MacKenzie.
His name is Spuds MacKenzie. Yeah. Jumping for the USA. The Olympic gold in sight. He's come to save the day.
It's 90 meters of snow and go, Spuds, go! Then Spuds celebrates with Bud Light. He knows everything else is just a light.
Spuds, water my night with a cold Bud Light.
Go, Spuds, go!
Go, Spuds!
Research showed us that most of the business on Route 4...
Inside, you've got a total alteration of the building
I don't
site.
think the board could ever recommend
Budget
that.
discussion. I'll leave now or I miss my flight.
Right. Excuse me, Richard's schedule is rather tight today. He has another pressing engagement.
I do have flight 139 leaving in 20 minutes, but only in first class.
I'll take it. Okay, they're calling my flight. I'll be there. This much.
You know, it just started. Isn't she beautiful?
Where is she?
The second potted plant from the left.
Coming through when you're needed most. Membership has its privileges.
As an official sponsor, Jeep has raised $1 million to support the '88 U.S. Olympic team. And your Jeep Eagle dealer is celebrating with the Jeep Sales Event of the Year. Save up to $1,800 on a U.S. Olympic Team edition of Jeep Comanche with an option discount package. Or save up to $1,800 on a select Jeep Cherokee. It's the 4x4 of the year again. Also check out factory cashback on Jeep Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. Drive one of America's winners.
No way. No, put that back. This is hot. I didn't know they have this.
I should have got this here.
Told you that.
Susan, I don't know why you keep dragging me all over town. They've got everything here.
That Buick special is flashing for the next 10 minutes.
Valerie.
Susan.
I said no.
At this price, you could buy all four, huh?
Thanks, Mom.
K-Mart, the saving place, and more.
Well, again, your tickets are in order. Tomorrow night is going to be another big one. Very much like tonight, because there'll be ice dancing, the free dancing final, Vestimianova and Buchan. There they are once again. They're the leaders going for a gold medal. And Susie Semenick and Scott Gregory of the United States trying to move up from 6th position. They have a good account of themselves tonight. The 90-meter ski jump. Matti Nuukkonen going for his 3rd consecutive Olympic gold medal. Eddie Edwards going for survival. Freestyle skiing. This will be the men's aerials tomorrow. And we're going to have short track speed skating, all elbows and hips and that sort of thing. Very excited. First time we'll see it in the Olympics. A half hour from now, our late night show with Frank Gifford and Kathy Lee. They will be interviewing live Bonnie Blair and...
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by American Airlines, a proud sponsor of the ABC telecast of the 1988 Winter Olympics.
Patty, come on, I know you're in there.
You're upset. You're upset. You are upset.
I refuse to let you do this chase scene with me.
I'll do it myself.
March is for Moonlighting and you. Tuesdays on ABC.
Evangelist Jimmy Swaggart, who abandoned his pulpit amid charges of sexual misconduct, flew to Alexandria, Louisiana today to explain his misdeeds to church elders. We'll have the story.
Anyone accidentally hitting this pipeline with a backhoe or other implement would be instantly cremated.
People in tiny Clinton, Ohio are worried that one day their village might be blown up. I'm Steve Craig. I'll explain the source of their concern and what they're doing about it coming up.
This is the aftermath of gang violence in Los Angeles, the result of a fight over drugs. We'll look at why police in Cleveland are worried that gangs are targeting our city for their next turf battle. Good evening, I'm Wilma Smith.
And I'm Ted Henry. Also coming up tonight, police are asking for your help in solving a local murder. Eyewitness News is next.
Wouldn't you like to buy more car for your money? Don't you want to lease more car for your money? Then see Steve Berry. He has your choice. Buick, Ford, Oldsmobile, or Cadillac.
Steve Berry's Olympic Buick Special 1988 Regal, $12,005. Steve Berry's Olympic Oldsmobile Special 1988 Cutlass Sierra 4-door, $11,002. Steve Berry's Olympic Ford Special 1988 Ford Escort 4-door GL, $7,379.
4 makes, 1 name, 1 reputation. Steve Berry. Make him your choice. First in Ohio, TV5.
Live from Ohio's News Channel, this is TV5 Eyewitness News with Ted Henry, Wilma Smith, meteorologist Tom Tasselmyer, sports director Nev Chandler, and the Eyewitness News team. Brought to you by the Illuminating Company.
Good evening. One day after making a tearful confession of sin and stepping down from his pulpit, television evangelist Jimmy Swaggart is in Alexandria, Louisiana tonight.
Swaggart is there to explain his actions to the elders of the Louisiana Assemblies of God Church.
The meeting has been underway since 7:30 this evening, but there are no reports of what has taken place. As Swaggart left his hometown of Baton Rouge today to fly to Alexandria, much mystery surrounded exactly why the minister stepped down from his ministry. In a tearful confession to his congregation yesterday, Swaggart would only say that he had sinned. The church elders could defrock Swaggart as they did Jim Baker, but they probably won't.
We're in a PR business, and when people lose confidence in us, we have no product as such. And if they lose confidence, then they tend to keep their money.
Swaggart is an important source of money for the Assembly of God denomination. His TV empire collects more than $100 million a year, and he contributes some $12 million of that to the Assembly's foreign mission program. Now, that's about 1/4 of his missions budget. As you can see, that's why the Assembly will not take lightly the possibility of defrocking the pastor of its most lucrative church.
Out in Fremont, Ohio tonight, people there are still getting things back to normal in the aftermath of last week's pipeline break that cost the city its water supply for 3 whole days. As Steve Craig tells us tonight, the lesson of Fremont is not going unheeded in the Summit County village of Clinton, where a different sort of underground line is being proposed.
Clinton, Ohio, population 1,277. A village that would rather not be blown to smithereens or burnt to a crisp. People here believe that both of those disasters could befall them if a 30-inch natural gas pipeline is allowed to skirt their village to the south.
According to Mr. Walter Woods, the chief engineer representing the company, anyone accidentally hitting this pipeline with a backhoe or other implement would be instantly cremated.
The proposed gas line would make its dogleg from Stark County up into Summit County, right about over in here where you see these hayfields. And while it would not pass under any homes or yards per se, there are plenty of homes and yards not too far away. Nothing in Clinton is very far from anything else, which accounts for all of the gas explosion talk at tonight's emergency council meeting, including this from councilman and natural gas explosion witness Charles Burke.
And it just lit the sky up. I mean, 500 feet is no exaggeration to what the flames were. And you could have put 2 buildings this size in the hole that it blew in the ground.
Fair or not, pipeline companies don't rate high in the public trust department these days, what with Fremont still fresh in people's minds.
The communities did not know what they were handling when they got that spill, when the line ruptured and caused quite a disturbance up there.
The toluene spill out west has people here wondering what else might be pumped through once a gas line were built.
I don't think we would be limited to gas. No way do I feel that.
What the Clinton Council does find necessary is to fight the pipeline with a unanimous resolution passed here and with petitions still circulating around town. Now, to give you another idea of the kind of town Clinton is, as the meeting was breaking up tonight, people began tossing dollar bills into a pile. That is how Clinton will cover the cost of federal expressing their anti-pipeline petitions to Washington. Live from the Akron Bureau, Steve Craig, Eyewitness News.
And one thing more here. Clinton's petitions must now be in Washington by Wednesday in order to be considered by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, which has the power to say yes or no to the proposed gas pipeline.
It looks like it's going to be a tight race for the Senate. The latest Ohio poll conducted statewide shows incumbent Democrat Howard Metzenbaum leading challenger George Voinovich by a margin of 53% to 36%, with the rest undecided. But analysts say that's a surprisingly strong showing for Voinovich this early in the campaign, and Voinovich should increase his support downstate as the campaign progresses. The Ohio poll is conducted by the University of Cincinnati and by our Scripps Howard sister station, WCPO. Tomorrow, the big political news will be the presidential caucuses in Minnesota and the primary in South Dakota. George Bush is virtually conceding the 2 states to his GOP rivals. He's in the South campaigning instead of in the North. Bob Dole is favored to win Minnesota, but South Dakota will be a very tight race. Michael Dukakis is expected to do well on the Democratic side, but there is no clear-cut favorite. Navy Secretary James Webb quit his job today and left with a stinging blast against Defense Secretary James Carlucci. Webb told reporters the Pentagon needs leadership. and complained Carlucci spends too much time at the State Department and on Capitol Hill. Webb also criticized Carlucci for abandoning the administration's commitment to a 600-ship Navy.
Could it be that kidnapped Lieutenant Colonel William Higgins might soon turn up in Lebanon? NBC television is reporting tonight that the gunmen who abducted Higgins last week have been captured. The network quote sources are saying the gunmen are being interrogated by officers of the Shiite Mall. Meanwhile, Higgins' kidnappers released this videotape earlier today of Higgins reading 4 demands for his freedom, including the release of Muslim prisoners, Israel's complete withdrawal from all of Lebanon, and an end to U.S. influence in the region. Higgins, who graduated from an Ohio university, appeared okay in the videotape. Our forces in the Persian Gulf will soon be coming under the direct leadership of an Ohio man. He is Rear Admiral Anthony Less, who is from Salem. Less will take charge of the entire escort and patrol operations in the Persian Gulf effective this Saturday morning. The Rear Admiral is a former leader of the Navy's Blue Angels precision flying team.
Take a look at this. It could be worth $6,000 to you. This is a sketch of a possible suspect in last week's murder of downtown parking attendant Alex Lesko Jr. He was kidnapped taking the night's receipts to the bank and later found shot. Lesko was 57 years old, a court bailiff by day, working at the parking garage at night to help pay his daughter's way through college. Now, there are 3 different reward funds set up for information leading to the killer, totaling $6,000. It's gang violence that's causing problems in Los Angeles. Just this past weekend, 5 people lost their lives and another 5 people were wounded because of gang violence. In this case, the victim was killed by 3 boys aged 13 to 15 who rode up on bicycles, shot the man, and then rode off. Police say that drugs and turf wars are the reasons behind most of that violence.
And Los Angeles certainly is not the only city these days having problems because of gang violence. Detroit is also plagued with shootings and murders and drug-related violence, much of it related to gangs who control the drug traffic. Bill Younkin has just returned from a trip to Detroit and Los Angeles, and tonight he looks at the reasons why some people believe Cleveland could be an attractive new target for gangs wanting to branch out.
Violence is nothing new in Los Angeles. Gang violence is everywhere. Last